Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to New Riegel, Ohio, the site of today's SBC River matchup between the Tiffin Calvert Senecas and the New Riegel Blue Jackets. I'm Nate Mullins on the call with Greg the Wizard Kinn. We have Lathan Chapman on our main camera and Jacob Ellis helping us out with a little shadow work, and we're just about ready for the first pitch here, brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. We want to thank our pregame show sponsor, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, and we'll shout out all of our sponsors here after this first pitch, once again brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Shane Jones on the mound, fires it in there for a strike to Blake Coleman, and we are underway here at Blue Jackets Field. Beautiful day for baseball here.
Nice day. A little windy, Nate.
It's a little windy. Should have brought my chapstick today. I'm going to have some pretty chapped lips after this one, I can tell.
Your Lathan chapstick?
Coleman fouls that one off to the right, and it's quickly 0-2.
Have to keep an eye on Lathan's camera here. I saw a little bit of stutter in there. Might be because of how many players are in between him and the, from the dugout over here, Nate.
Yeah.
So I have to keep an eye on that. I saw he turned the camera and it kind of stuttered there. So if need be, you might have to move him around. We'll see here. Let's see.
Oh, and Coleman fouls that one away into the softball field.
Gotta be careful, there's people over there.
And it's 1-2 on Blake Coleman. We'll go through starting lineups here in just a minute, brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. Jones misses on the inside corner, and it's 2-2. Our pitch cam brought to you by National Machinery tonight. Sky Cam brought to you by Hope and Fostoria. Here's a 2-2, grounded to the shortstop. Eats him up, picks it up, throws to first, but Coleman, the speedy Blake Coleman, beats out the throw.
Nice.
And the leadoff runner is aboard. And that's key, because Coleman, he can make a lot of things happen on the base paths.
Oh yeah, how many times have you seen that kind of hit go right out there and they just snag it up and get it over to first, and then that play so quickly? But Coleman, like you said, he turned on the Jets there, Nate. Makes a big difference.
So that'll bring up Vincenzo Lyons, playing left field today. Watches that one in there from Jones on the outside corner for a strike. Shane Jones, just an outstanding pitcher over here in New Riegel. Take a look at his stats here in just a moment. That one misses. 1-1 the count.
Son's playing tricks with our camera guy now. I can't see the camera screen.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
I mean, dude, I'm telling you, I'm having a hard time seeing the computer screen. There's no joke about that.
Lions, inside outs that one. Fouls it off to the left.
It is the first time we've had to be out on a sunny day in a while.
Yeah, and it's nice.
So we were over in Senecas East
I'll take it.
But it wasn't really sunny like this. Plus, we had a nice little shelter we were in over there. So
yeah, like I said, I'll take it.
Feels good out here today.
1-2 the count here on Lions. Runner at first base, nobody out here in the top of the first. Shane Jones comes set. Here's the pitch. Lions with a good eye, watches that one outside. It's 2-2. A.J. Shoemaker in the on-deck circle. Is that a SpongeBob laugh from the dugout I'm hearing over there?
Oh,
Lions hits that one right past the third baseman's glove. And that'll put the first two on. Runners at first and second. Nobody out for A.J. Shoemaker. Jones comes set. Here's the pitch to A.J. Shoemaker. Inside for a ball.
it's a display thing.
It's got to be something like that. Fire over to first, and he got him. Shoemaker able to advance the runners, but a nice play by the third baseman as he charges in to make that play in on the grass for the first out. But that'll put 2 runners in scoring position for Connor Moyer with 1 out. He's looking for anything to drive here. Kind of like you, Greggy. First pitch upstairs with a high heater. Jones earlier this year against Danbury threw a perfect game, Greg.
We had a comment here from Austin referring to your SpongeBob laugh. She said, yeah, that laugh had me rolling all Saturday when I was in the dugout.
1-1 the count. That one's outside. Moyer grounds this one past the first baseman's glove. It stays fair. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. It's a 2 RBI single for Connor Moyer. So that'll be a runner on first base now for Cameron Moyer.
Ooh. Now, you know it's a windy day, Nate, when you look up over here at the net for the baseball, like, you know, to make sure the baseball doesn't go back, and it's got some leaves and stuff stuck to it from the wind. It's like catching it. Batter's doing a good job here against Jones to start this one off, Nate.
And this is not something that we're really used to seeing. I mean, Shane Jones, we've covered this matchup for the last few years, Greg. Jones and Coleman battling each other. And, you know, typically, if you can get to him early, that's about the best chance you got against Shane Jones. Because once he settles in, good luck.
Yeah. Trying to catch a man sleeping over there on first.
Moyer slides back safely. It's 2-1 count here on Cameron Moyer. 1 out. And that one hits him.
The old dunk.
Right off the shoulder.
Now, you got to wonder, Nate, is the wind affecting these pitches? Because it is ridiculously windy out here today.
It really is. You could be right, Greg. I mean, it might have some kind of an effect, but...
Because, I mean, Shane Jones is usually, you know, ridiculously sharp in here. These pitches haven't been the best yet so far. Call this a mound visit here? Is that what we'll call it?
We got a mound visit. Coach wants to come out and talk. Sees something with his release point, I think. Maybe he's just releasing a little too high.
Of course, that's brought to you by Kuhn Sales and Service.
All mound visits brought to you by our friends at Kuhn Sales and Service. It's a perfect time of year to head over. If you've got any kind of issues with your lawnmower, or maybe you're just looking to upgrade. I mean, it's the best time to upgrade right now.
We're talking about the weather today. If you're not at this game, you're most likely probably doing some kind of yard work today because it's gorgeous outside.
Well, somebody did some yard work over here because this field looks beautiful. And we do have to send our thoughts and condolences to the New Riegel community, as well as the family of longtime coach and athletic director Jamie Leininger.
Some shocking news.
Very shocking. Just one of the best athletic directors in this area. And just a great human being.
Ooh.
Charlie Palm at the plate. Watches the first one down low. It's 1-0. Jones has thrown 22 pitches, 11 of them for strikes.
Oh,
This one
coming right back
off
to
the
you,
plate and into the backstop. And Carson Paul able to snag it and throw it back to the pitcher.
Jacob says he's got a solid reading over here. His highest radar gun reading so far has been 83 miles an hour.
Nice. He's bringing it. That one had to have been some gas right there.
Yeah. You can always tell by, even with their headsets on, through these microphones, you can hear when that ball hits the glove.
You get a good pop off of it for sure.
Ooh. Kind of swinging at that one there.
When this game first started, Greg, the wind was kind of sporadic, and now it's just like nonstop.
Yeah, it's getting a little more steady now, huh?
Yeah. Palm hits that one past the first baseman into right field. One run will score, and they're going to hold Moyer at third. So runners at first and third, and now 3-0 Calvert with one out here in the top of the first.
It's in good here. Still with that one out, like you said, Nate. Already put 3 runs on the board. You got 2 more guys out there. Calvert's in good position right now.
RBI single for Charlie Palm. And that'll bring Cohen Stull to the plate. Stull batting .368 on the season, and Palm was off on the first movement. He was gone. No hesitation.
Yeah, I mean, they thought about that one. Catcher thought about throwing that one down, but like you said, Nate, he took off so fast, he was like, yeah, it's not worth it. You don't want that wild throw. Score another couple runs. You know how that goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But speaking of that pitch, though, did you see the batter there had duck out of the way? That one's coming right for him. Again, just not really the crispiness you used to seeing out of Shane Jones here.
This one fouled back.
Everybody watch out.
Heads up.
That one took a ride.
Runners at second and third. One out.
Ooh.
Chopped back to the pitcher. Jones stares back the runner, throws it to first, and that's the pivotal second out for the Blue Jackets. And we're gonna get another mound visit here. Brought to you by Kuhn Sales and Service.
Rare to see 2 of them in the top of the first, Nate.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineups here. Brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. As for Tiffin Calvert, number 4, Blake Coleman started out. He will be the pitcher today. He's the top of the order. Actually, no, he is not the pitcher today. He's playing second base. Pitching today is Tucker Coleman. Let's see. He's being DH'd by Cohen Stull, who's batting 7th. Now let's go back through the batting order here. Vincenzo Lyons batting 2nd, playing left field. A.J. Shoemaker batting 3rd. He's playing right field. And we're going to get a pitching change. It just must not be something right with Jones right now. That's odd.
Oh, wow.
They're
They're
going to pull
changing
him after
already?
2 outs.
Yeah, I mean, you still got your 2 guys on base here. I know you got your 2 outs, but it's still a situation that you got to get out of as New Riegel. So
Yeah. Let's keep going with the starting lineups as batting cleanup, number 4, Connor Moyer, doing the catching today. At first base, number 99, Cameron Moyer. At shortstop, number 7, Charlie Palm. DHing, Cohen Stull, number 14. On the pitching mound today, number 23, Tucker Coleman. And center field, number 15, Cash Lee. And at third base, number 3, Logan Ritzler. That's the starting lineup for Tiffin Calvert. And for the New Riegel Blue Jackets, batting first, Shane Jones. Started out as the pitcher. Batting second, Blake Mose. Batting third, Carson Paul. Batting fourth, Brighton Coffin. Batting fifth, Carter Klaus. Number 6, batting sixth, Quinn Allison. Batting seventh, Alec Homan. Batting eighth, Grady Faith, and batting ninth, Gabe Pugh.
Oh.
There's your starting lineups as Cash Lee hits this one into right field,
Phew.
but right at the right fielder for the final out.
I tell you again, you got to wonder if the wind played a factor in that one because that thing was sailing out there, Nate.
And it looked like it hit to right center field, but it just kind of carried right to the right fielder. That's the end of the top of the first, and it is 3-0 Tiffin Calvert. Nate Mullins, Greg Kinn on the call with you here today. Jacob Ellis doing a little shadow work here, and just kind of figuring out how baseball goes before we hand the reins over to him because it's a little different with baseball. But Lathan Chapman also helping out with some camera work for us today. Of course, we got our camera guy Cam in center field today.
See how he's doing out there right now. Oh, it's looking good out there, Cam. You're doing a great job today, bud.
Let's take a moment to thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to bring this broadcast to you right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'd like to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, National Machinery, Hope and Fostoria, First National Bank of Sycamore, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, UIS Insurance and Investments, Lee's Floor Covering, Vicek Orthodontics, Kuhn Sales and Service, Simonis Detailing, the Ohio Army National Guard, and Feasel's Frame and Collision, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Tucker Coleman starts out for Tiffin Calvert on the mound. The young freshman. Of course, we got to see him on the gridiron this year as the starting quarterback for the Senecas.
I think we got to see him on the gridiron a long time ago, didn't we, Nate?
It was a long time ago. But
it's gonna be kind of weird when the day comes that the Coleman name isn't being announced during the baseball games.
I mean, yeah, quite a bit.
Or during any day, Seneca's athletics, honestly. It's been a staple for a while now.
Let's take a look at young Tucker Coleman's stats on the year, as he has appeared in 2 games, started 1. He's got a record of 2-0. He's allowed 8 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks, 13 strikeouts, and a .87 ERA. Batters are hitting .240 against him. Once again, just 2 appearances, but 1 start.
Let's see how he starts this one.
This will be his 2nd start of the year.
Hits that one down there a little short there.
Come on, defense, come get the ball.
So leading off,
Oh,
Shane Jones hits this one to the second baseman, gloves it, throws it over for the first out. It's pretty cool seeing this dynamic. 2 brothers on the field together. Freshman pitching, senior at second base.
I'm sure his older brother gives him all the confidence and backup in the world when he's out there on the mound, you know.
Absolutely. Coleman fires that first one in there for a strike.
So I wonder what it's like to watch these 2 practice with each other, against each other.
Swing and a miss from Mose, and it's quickly 0-2. Yeah, you got to imagine what's that practice like. Grounded back to the pitcher, Coleman. Gonna run it over to first.
It's a nice
Soft
job
lob over to Cameron Moyer for the 2nd out of the inning.
Yeah, it's a nice job there. But, you know, he kind of picked it up and ran over there most of the way with it because, like we talked about, Nate, this wind is no joke. There's no room for any mistakes. You try to lob that one over there from too far away, the wind might take it and carry it away.
Absolutely. So quickly, 2 outs. And this one fouled at the plate
Oh, come on, Ump, you could have caught that one.
by Carson Paul.
See, we got Javel joining us watching some baseball. Kyle Hossinger watching some baseball too.
Nice.
So he loves baseball season.
Oh, it's perfect. I mean, perfect weather for baseball right now.
Yeah, I woke up this morning. I didn't know if this game was going to happen. Whew,
Yeah.
Nice strike there. But yeah, as the day progressed, I think the weather gods were like, we want some baseball today too.
Mm-hmm. Coleman wasting no time. Quickly 0-2. Here's the 0-2 in the dirt. Try to get him to chase that one. I only have stats for New Riegel through one game, and they've played more than one game, so.
Well, sadly, Nate, kind of figured maybe that's some of that's chopped up to the events that happened over here.
Absolutely.
Kind of hard to get everything together when there's so much going on, you know.
And Jamie did such a great job over here. I mean, it's such a loss for this community. Like I said, he really was.
Ooh, that one smacked the back wall over here.
Just one of my favorite people to deal with.
Yeah, that's for sure. Not all athletic directors are built the same, no doubt about that.
Absolutely.
Ooh, got him to swing at it there, Nate.
Swing and a miss.
Oh, sets him down.
1, 2, 3, go the Blue Jackets. It's the end of the first inning. Calvert on top, 3-0. Step aside, take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome back. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. We're live here in New Riegel, Ohio. Nate Mullins, Greg Kinn, and Jacob Ellis on the call with you here today as Jacob steps over to the microphone for the second inning. How are we doing, Jacob?
Windy.
It is a little windy.
I feel like I'm about to blow away.
Not Brian Windhorst either, no. Talk about keys to the game brought to you by our friends at Lee's Floor Covering as we start this second inning here. You know, for New Riegel, I was expecting to see Shane Jones make, at least make it through the majority of this one, because every time we've covered a game with him in it, this one hit to right field. Well hit by Ritzler. Past the right fielder. And Ritzler standing with a leadoff double. Starts it out with a big hit for the Senecas. But as we go back to the keys to the game, I was really expecting Shane Jones to make a deep run into this game. So that was part of my keys to the game was, making sure that he works the count against these hitters and try to stay ahead of the batters. But that was the downfall in the first inning.
Yeah.
That's what I had written down here. And I'm like, well, I can't really. It's kind of what fell apart for him in the first was just falling behind on some of the hitters. And I think Calvert just took an aggressive approach.
Yeah, especially, you guys were talking about how dominant he's been, in his career here. So, the goal is just get out early and put him in trouble right from the get-go, and that's what happened.
Got another mound visit?
Yeah.
We have another visit to the mound here.
Yeah, I don't even think he got through the lineup once, Nate.
Yeah, he actually made it to the 8-hitter, and then they were like, no, let's save this, because I think that's a lot of it. Once he starts showing that it's just not his day, they don't want to waste because he was almost at 25 pitches. Once you get to 25 pitches, you got to rest. I think it's a certain amount of pitches anyways. I'm not sure if it's 25 or not, but once you get to a certain amount of pitches, I think it's 75.
Okay.
You got to rest for a certain amount of time. But either way, if he's not feeling it, what's the point in
right.
hurting his confidence?
Especially a team like Calvert. I mean, it's hard to beat them on any day, but when you give them a 3-0 lead, 8 hitters in.
Yep. So Coleman able to advance the runner over to third. A sacrifice there. Wouldn't really call it a sacrifice, just a fielder's choice.
Yeah, close enough.
Lions once again with a nice hit. Shortstop backhands, throws over to first. A beautiful play by Shane Jones there to get that out.
Yeah, that was good footwork too. I mean, he had a good read on the ball and nice little backhand, quick throw. It's an impressive play.
Senecas score another. It's 4-0 Tiffin Calvert. Braden Schalk on the mound for New Riegel. This is his fourth batter faced now. That went in there for a strike. It's 1-1 on AJ Shoemaker. Make that 1-2. Nice off-speed pitch right over the center of the plate.
It's not giving him the look at the fastball yet.
Another off-speed. Grounds this one down foul. The third base line.
His first pitch last inning was 79. I mean, he's been sitting. Yeah. I only got one off.
Shoemaker
57.
back in the box with a 1-2 count. Schalk comes set. Another off-speed, grounded to the third baseman. Throws it over to first, and that's the final out of the inning, the top of the inning. But the Senecas scratch crossed another run. It's 4-0 Tiffin Calvert as we head to the bottom of the second here in New Riegel. Nate Mullins, Jacob Ellis on the call with you here today, as well as Greg Kinn helping out on the production side, making us look good, and Lathan Chapman doing a great job on the main camera here today. Let's take a moment and thank our sponsors for allowing us to bring this broadcast to you here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'd like to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, National Machinery, Hope and Fostoria, First National Bank of Sycamore, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, UIS Insurance and Investments, Lease Floor Covering, Vicek Orthodontics, Kuhn Sales and Service, Simonis Detailing, the Ohio Army National Guard, and Feasel's Frame and Collision. All proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And folks, if you want to add your name to that list, there's still plenty of time. We've still got 2 more games this week. We'll be at Tiffin Columbian tomorrow as they take on Norwalk, and then again on Thursday they take on Clyde. We'll be back at Tornado Field for both of those games. Our first 2 tornado broadcasts this year.
Yeah, and I'll see you guys for the one on Thursday, I think.
Yes, sir.
All right, all right, all right.
And as I mentioned the other day when we were over in Attica, there's just so much talent in this area this year, Jacob. I mean, especially here in this SBC River. It's going to be a gauntlet for all these teams. I mean, you're not going to get one team that's going to be, head and shoulders above everybody else. You're going to see each of these teams is going to have some blemishes.
Yeah, this is a deep division. So, I mean, like you said, first through last, they're all really tough teams to beat.
Yep. Here's the 0-1 from Tucker. And Coleman fires that one in there for a strike. It's 0-2 on Brighton Coffin. What was Tommy's line with this guy last year, Greggy? Brighton Coffin? Brighten up my coffin or something. Strike 3. Coleman with another strikeout. That's 2 strikeouts here for Coleman through his first 4 batters.
Reared back 3 times. Easy as you do it.
Just 14 pitches thrown here as he's cruising. That one on the inside. Misses with that one.
Definitely get a lot more comfortable pitching when you have a 4-run lead.
Absolutely. When your team spots you a 3-run lead to start out, you can kind of settle in right away.
Yeah.
And this one grounded back up the middle. Gloved, throw, over to first, got him. That was a bang, bang play right there. What a play by Charlie Palm to get that one over.
He put some heat on that one. I've seen both shortstops make some pretty good plays so far.
Yeah, it's crazy, Greg. You only went 1 year without a Palm here at shortstop. Didn't
Ooh.
it? Yeah, there goes the other end. It's fine. It's fine.
That almost blew our laptop off the stand.
All right. Yeah, we got a nice little wind gust there. All right. Yeah, we got a nice little wind gust there. Earns himself a free bag the hard way. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future, one part at a time.
At Vicek Orthodontics, they're all about creating confident, healthy smiles for every age. Dr. Vicek and the team use the latest techniques to make your orthodontic journey comfortable and effective. Discover the difference of personalized care and a smile you'll be proud to show off. Schedule your consultation with Vicek Orthodontics today.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
And we're back here in New Riegel, Ohio at Blue Jackets Field. Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn back on the call with you here in the top of the third. Connor Moyer leads it off for Tiffin Calvert as they lead 4-0 over the Blue Jackets.
The Blue Jackets is a blown away jacket. Right now we're still trying to get our internet. There we go. It's trying to connect back together. That wind came in and it just brought some kind of force with it, man.
Yeah.
Came in and it just brought some kind of force with it, man.
Yeah. Trying to turn the tide for the Blue Jackets here.
Listen, that's fine. You can turn the tide. Literally holding.
On 3 straight.
This wind is non-stop. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's pretty intense right now.
Just in case.
Like it feels like we're inside a mini tornado or something right now. You can hear it out there just howling.
Oh, yeah. First pitch misses outside to Cameron Moyer.
Yeah, I can't even imagine trying to throw a pitch in this wind right now. Unreal.
Moyer was hit by a pitch back in the first inning. Watches that one in there for a strike, evens the count at 1-1.
Now you were asking about that kid's last name and the joke that was with it there, Nate. Austin had commented here.
He got hit by a pitch again, Greg.
Oh, Jesus.
He got hit by a pitch in the first.
It's got to be this wind that just about lost the computer again. I'm trying to read. Austin said that kid struck out his first time up last year, and Tommy said Coleman put a nail in the coffin. That's what the joke was you were looking for there, Nate.
That's what it was.
Oh my goodness, this wind is unreal.
First pitch in there for a strike to Charlie Palm.
I think this might be the first time I've ever had to hold the computer down. Oh
Palm hits this one straight back up the middle.
Where's it going to land
into
now?
center field, and it's going to hit in between the left and center fielder for a base hit.
Yeah, and you gotta think the wind.
The left and center fielder for a base hit.
Yeah, and you gotta think the wind right there. That trying to find out where that ball's gonna land at. Good luck. It's out there in the air and it's just blowing around. You see it kind of land right between all three of them. It didn't know where it was gonna fall at.
Palm now 2 for 2 with an RBI on the day.
Somebody lost the hat.
I'm surprised that's the first time that's happened. And just Oh, and 1 the count here on Cohen Stoll. And he watches that one in there for a strike. Off speed, drops right in there. Runners at first and second, 1 out in the top of the third. It's 4-0 Tiffin Calvert. This one fouled at the plate. This one hit into the air. Shortstop underneath of it. And fields it for the second out. Runners stay where they're at. Cash Lee strolls to the plate.
That one climbed the ladder there, Nate. I think it was high. Okay.
Watches that one in there for a strike. Probably the biggest strike zone on the team right here. Every bit of about 6'3", maybe 6'4", probably taller than that.
Ooh, another one there.
And it's quickly 0-2. And hits this one straight up into the air. Shortstop ranges over to make the play for the final out. Senecas strand 2. It's 4-0 Tiffin Calvert as we head to the bottom of the third.
And the wind is still being a jerk.
Still being a jerk. Check out the announcer cam brought to you by Vicek Orthodontics.
Hey, those guys wearing matching shirts.
Hey, check that out. I wouldn't even coordinate or anything, man. What was that? Didn't even plan it.
Just felt like today. But
once again, we are here in New Riegel. 4-0 Tiffin Calvert on top. Tucker Coleman getting ready to start his third inning of work here. Man, I'm telling you, man, he has been lights out. 23 pitches through 2 innings, 2 strikeouts, no hits, no runs allowed, no walks.
He's a Coleman, all right.
Just 1 hit by pitch. I'm going to give a shout out to Dave Losey, New Riegel basketball coach, and I think interim athletic director over here. As, you know, I was under the assumption that it was still in Seneca East or in Columbian or something. I don't know what I was thinking, but I forgot to bring a table today. And I get over here, and I'm like, man, Greggy starts grabbing boxes from the picnic area over here. He's like, hey, we can use these. But Dave Losey came through in the clutch with a table for us. I just got to give him a shout out. Base hit into right field to lead things off.
Right there, as he comes in clutch. It's a nice hit there.
As I believe that was Grady Faith with the leadoff base hit. That'll bring up Gabe Pugh.
wind must have got to that camera. I was like, it froze up out there.
It's a first base hit of the game.
Damn, I lost my pitching camera. Froze up.
Uh-oh.
Come on, wind.
Has to be the wind. I still see it out there, so it didn't get knocked over. 2-0 the count here on Pugh. Runner at first. Nobody out. The 2-0. Chop back to the pitcher. Coleman to second for one. The relay to first. Off the mark. And runner stays at first base. So they get the lead runner for the first out, but Pugh is safe at first. And back to the top of the order here. Shane Jones steps into the batter's box.
I think we got our camera back. Let me take a look here. Yeah.
There we go. Cam was out there sleeping on a job.
I just had to work some of my magic here on the computer to get it back on.
Well, this one gets away from the catcher. And Gabe Pugh scampers his way down to second base with a steal on the passed ball. Of course, they won't count it as a steal. One and 0 the count here on Shane Jones. One out. Runner at second base. Coleman comes set. Here's the pitch. Up high. 2-0 on Jones. You're seeing Coleman labor a little bit more here in this inning than he did in the first two. Worked his way through the batters pretty much with ease. Got ahead of a lot of batters in those first two innings. You're starting to fall behind these first couple of batters here. 2-0 here on Shane Jones. Swung on and missed. Got him with the off speed there. Nice pitch. It's 2-1 here on Jones. This pitch number 31 here for Tucker Coleman. Swung on and missed. Went up high with the heat. Got him swinging. Counts even at 2-2. Looks back the runner at second. Tucker Coleman comes set. Here's the pitch. Swung on, chopped to the shortstop. Gloves it, throws it over to first. Not in time.
Oh, wow. Heck of an effort, though.
Yes, still a heck of an effort by Charlie Palm. Get that over there. It was a close play. Bang, bang play over there at first. But now we have runners at first and third with just one out. Blake Mose steps to the plate. Here we go again. Swung on, fouled back. Heads up, heads up.
Made it right inside
Right
the softball
inside the
field.
softball field. Shane Jones at first, Gabe Pugh at third. One out.
Jacket's looking for the first points here. Trying to get somebody across home.
Jones is off, swing and a miss. Moyer down to third.
Oh.
And the runner slides back safely, so they have runners at second and third now with one out.
He tried to go for the guy on third there, but he's just a little off target there.
Now, if you're Blake Mose, you're just trying to get this one into the outfield here. Get it through the infield. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, fouled straight back. Infield. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, fouled straight back. And it stays 0-2. There is sun on the other side of those clouds.
Yeah, I think those clouds are actually messing with the internet.
Another foul straight back.
It's like for as bright as it is outside today, there's a nice cloud coverage still.
Yeah.
And I can tell just by watching my internet here that it's bouncing all over the place.
Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Blake Mose goes down looking, but what a pitch from Tucker Coleman to get out of that. I mean,
Yeah.
And now you got 2 outs. Runners at second and third. Outside corner. Blake Mose goes down looking, but what a pitch from Tucker Coleman to get out of that. I mean,
Yeah.
If it's real bad, we'll just upload it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If it chops up too much, we have to record.
If it's real bad, we'll just upload it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If it chops up too much, we have the recording. So. You looked down, didn't see it. You had to get up, turn around.
Count is even at 2-2 with 2 outs. Runner down at second. Count is even at... Mound visit brought to you by Kuhn Sales and Service. Kuhn Sales and Service.
Mad at himself for swinging at that one.
Oh, some high heat right there. Here's the 0-1 from Coleman. In there at the knees. 0-2 on Carter Klaus.
That one had some sizzle on it when it came across. I heard it.
Carter Klaus.
That one had some sizzle on it when it came across. I heard it.
Runners off. Swing and a miss.
Sat him down.
And that's the end of the third inning. Coleman gets out of the jam. It's 4-2 Tiffin Calvert. Blue Jackets scratch across 2. They cut that deficit in half. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Why go to Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin? Because at Lee's Floor Covering, they know that selecting the right flooring for your home can be overwhelming. They make choosing the right items for your home simple. At Lee's Floor West Ohio, including Abbey Carpet and Floor. Everyone rated in You're locked in. The best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
And welcome back to New Riegel High School here at Blue Jackets Field. Nate Mullins and Jacob Ellis on the call with you here with Senecas coming up to bat. They lead 4-2 over the Blue Jackets here in New Riegel. Lathan Chapman on the main cam. Greg Kinn doing a great job on production for us here tonight. It's 4-2 Calvert, but the Blue Jackets scratch across 2 runs there in that bottom of the third. And Jacob, this is a scrappy Blue Jackets team. And this is a team that, I mean, they're never out of any game. They play all the way to the final out. I mean, for a freshman, Tucker Coleman, to be able to get himself out of a situation like that, the composure that you like to see in that situation. I mean, after that mound visit, obviously, Dad coming out, talking with him a little bit, like, hey, come on, settle down, it's okay. But, I mean, you like to see stuff like that, you know? It's huge.
Yeah, I mean, both sides had a pretty solid inning there. If you're New Riegel, you know, scratch across a couple runs, cut the deficit in half, and on the mound, freshman working out of a tough jam there. But yeah, great job recovering from him.
Yeah, and a great job by the Blue Jackets to cut that deficit in half because, you know, it looked kind of bleak for a minute. You know, 4-0. Coleman had kind of cruised his way through those first 2 innings. I think the patient approach by the Blue Jackets there at the beginning of that inning kind of paid dividends for him there.
And they also got a couple steals there, getting a little more aggressive on the base pass, helped him out.
Absolutely. And we have a pitching change on the mound as I think we have a Klaus.
He drills someone right away.
And the first batter wears it like a prom dress there. And let me see if I have a full name for this young man here. I'm using 2 different sources for my information here, so no roster there. Sam Klaus, there we go. Sam Klaus on the mound.
Not your ideal start there. Ooh.
That's not how you start, though. It's how you finish, you know?
That's true.
Runner at first. 1-1 count here on Blake Coleman. Klaus comes set. Here's the pitch. Outside. If you didn't get a chance, check out our Player of the Game video from this past Saturday. We posted that earlier today, featuring Landon King from Tiffin Calvert. Big time performance, shutting out the Seneca East Tigers at the end of that one. That throw off the mark as Logan Ritzler slides in there safely with a steal.
Got a really good jump there.
Yeah, I mean, first movement. I believe for Coleman, he's had quite a few of those this year. Let's check out his for Ritzler. That one.
Almost doubled him off, but
almost.
Great job freezing the line drive. That's what you're taught.
So Coleman is out number 1. And that'll bring Vincenzo Lyons to the plate. Lyons hits this one to the shortstop, retreating into the outfield. Closes it for the second out. Stolen base number 5 for Logan Ritzler on the year. Ties him for the team lead with Blake Coleman.
There you go. Could not imagine being a catcher trying to throw someone out today. Checking
no, because you almost have to compensate. You almost have to throw to the left a little bit.
Right. Yeah, I was looking at the wind earlier, and the gusts I saw it got up to like 37 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That's like half of a nadir level.
I think when we were sitting here, it was about 35. It was pretty powerful.
I thought we were going to have a warm day today. It was 70 out. The sun's out.
It is warm.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's a warm wind. It's not just,
yeah.
I mean, can you imagine if it was cold and it was windy like this? No, I'd be miserable right now.
It'd be not fun.
Klaus comes set. Here's the 1-0. In the dirt, Paul snags it off the ground and barehands it to third, but the third baseman unable to grab it. Yeah.
If he tagged him out, we wouldn't have been able to see it anyways because of all the dirt, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was perfect behind the plate, just getting down in front of it, sliding in front of it. Did a really good job.
So Ritzler at third base with 2 outs, and Shoemaker watches that one in there for a strike. It's 2-1. Wait, that was a breaking pitch right there.
Yeah,
a lot of break.
He's throwing a lot of breaking balls.
I got 55.
Yeah, I was gonna say that about crawled to the plate. And now he tried to play speeds with him, but Shoemaker says, "Hey, I knew what was coming." Smokes that to the opposite field and drives in another run for the Senecas.
There's only so many times you can throw a breaking ball before you got to just bring the heat, and like you said, he was ready for it.
So Shoemaker now 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI. And for Logan Ritzler, that's his second run scored today. That'll bring up Connor Moyer. Moyer smokes that one in between the first and second baseman. Shoemaker on his horse all the way to third, slides in, and he's safe. Ball gets away. So runners at first and third with 2 outs.
A little bit of a 2-out rally going.
Now the wind's getting a little chilly.
Yeah. I must have jinxed it, my bad.
Yeah. What's up, Jacob? Jeez.
Is that my nickname is the Jinx?
Is that what?
It is now. It's my self-given nickname. We have the wizard. We have the boss.
You have a self-given moniker?
Unfortunately. And
that one fouled at the plate.
we had a nickname for Lathan out there. We got to get him one.
Lathan, don't call me late.
Not Earlythan?
Not Earlythan. No.
Is that our new fan poll? What's the nickname?
That off speed up high. Runners at first and third. 2-1 the count.
Oh, he's already running.
Moyer's off. And the throw is off the mark.
Keep going.
So Big Moyer puts the pressure on defensively on the base paths. And Little Mo causes some havoc on the base paths. Scores a run for the Senecas.
New Riegel tried something like that in the other half of the inning, was sending that runner
Yep.
before the pitcher's even thrown, but it ended in a strikeout that time. Pitcher noticed it before, made the throw, and run scores, and Moyer's at third now.
And that is the third straight time he's been hit by a pitch.
Tried something like that. See what they do here is runners on the corners.
Charlie Palm at the plate. Turns that one inside out and sends it out of play. Runners at first and third. 2 outs. Klaus comes set. And the 0-1 is in there for a strike. Quickly 0-2. Palm is 2 for 2 on the day with an RBI. And Palm hits this one into left field.
My drop.
Left fielder charging and unable to make the play.
Oh, look at that. The wind is
Yeah.
Yeah, any
Another
fly
run
ball.
will score.
trying to throw that back, man. The wind just grabbed it and took it right away from where you're throwing.
Any fly ball today is a nightmare.
Yeah, it's just so hard to track. If it stays up there at all, if it's not a line drive, if it stays up at all, it's getting blown around.
Yeah, and earlier on top of that, we had the sun out. Thankfully, that's going away a little bit. Made it even harder to field the pop-up.
Senecas scored 3 here with 2 outs.
Yeah, remember how we were talking about New Riegel cutting to the lead?
Yeah.
Yeah, not anymore.
Well, now their work's cut out for him here.
Yeah. There's only so long you can just chip away before you got to have a big inning like this.
Yeah, exactly. And 3-0 is in there for a strike. You took your hand off it for 1 second.
Got a rogue laptop.
(3-1). Oh, caught the outside corner for a strike. Nice pitch from Klaus.
Got first base open, so try that again. Make him swing at your pitch.
This one hit into right field, and the right fielder camps under it, makes the play for the final out. But the Senecas scratch across 3 more. It's 7-2, Tiffin Calvert as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn, along with Jacob Ellis, on the call with you here today. Lathan Chapman doing an excellent job on the action camera here today. Let's take a moment and thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to bring this one to you live and paywall free right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, National Machinery, Hope in Fostoria, First National Bank of Sycamore, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, UIS Insurance and Investments, Lease Floor Covering, Vicek Orthodontics, Kuhn Sales and Service, Simonis Detailing, the Ohio Army National Guard, and Feasel's Frame and Collision, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And I know it's tax season for a lot of people. You know, you're worried about getting your taxes done and all that good stuff. Some people get a little bit of money back. You know, you get a little bit of income money, income tax refund, you know. If you got a little
like
bit of
that?
extra money to spend right now, just remember, folks, keep those sponsors in mind on that list. If you like watching our broadcasts, help us out by helping our sponsors.
And hey, with tax season, you know, you might have a sponsor or two that can help you out with those.
Oh, absolutely. Or if not, they can point you in the right direction.
There you go.
Tucker Coleman on for his 4th inning of work here.
I know they're not a sponsor, but I heard this place over here is some kind of crazy pizza this month. I thought I seen Aaron Monster.
Oh, yeah?
I gotta look at it again. It's some kind of like.
Oh, that left field place over here? Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the pizza was.
Maybe I can stop by and give him a business card afterwards
There you go.
and say, hey, what's it going to take? I mean, I was really surprised at some of the businesses that turned down advertising just because there's not as many views on baseball. That was like the reasoning I got, or because we don't
Interesting.
cover enough of their school's games or something.
Huh.
And everybody has their own reasons, you know, obviously. You can't cover everything. You can't advertise on
Right,
everything,
right.
you know, but it just surprises me. I see some of these people spend money on everything, and then
Yeah.
when they're like, nah, we don't want to do baseball, it's like, why? These kids work hard.
Mm-hmm. So good. Pretty good turnout.
Yeah.
For.
I just wish we could get away from that idea of what do I get out of it, and more of a, hey, I like what you do here.
Right. But we do appreciate our sponsors that do have that mindset.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah, that Coney Dog Pizza. Uh-huh.
Take off the onions and the mustard and we're talking.
Take off everything.
I said onions and mustard.
A pitch on the outside, it misses. It's 2-0.
Scored.
Alec Homan at the plate for the Blue Jackets. This one comes straight back to us. That one in there for a strike. It's 3-1. That one catches the outside corner, and now it's a full count on Alec Homan.
Did well to battle back and get this count full.
Right? Strike 3 call. Battles back from down 3-0. 3 straight strikes to get the out. Yeah.
A lot of poise from the freshman, battling back a few times from tricky situations.
As you said, Jacob, it helps when your team spots you a nice lead, but
Well, yeah.
you still got to go out there and put it over.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's not like he's facing a slouch lineup. This is a solid New Riegel team.
Yeah, they are solid from top to bottom. And Grady Faith swings and misses at that one. It's 1-1.
Do you have faith look at a hit here?
I think he has faith he's going to get a hit.
Well, he has it on his jersey.
Oh, you got to have faith.
Faith of faith of faith.
It's 2-1 with 2 down. 7-2, Tiffin Calvert on top. Here's the pitch from Coleman. Swung on, hit back to the pitcher. Off the heel of his glove, and this is going to be no play. As that one just ate him up.
Yeah, I think it hit a little bit of the mound, too. And
Yeah, I think it got a little lip of the grass there. It took a little funny hop. But a runner on now with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Gabe Pugh at the bottom of the order.
Love the first base coach finally making his appearance.
He's like, well, I ain't going to get up unless they give me a reason to. He says, well, I ain't going to get up unless they give me a reason to.
Ooh.
Ooh, and Pugh takes that one right in the back and the tail of the spine.
That won't feel fun in the morning.
Nope, he gonna feel that one. Runners at first and second. 2 down. Coleman comes set. Here's the pitch to Jones, who lines this one foul down the right side. He just jumped a little too early on that one. He saw the pitch he wanted, but he was just a little too early on it.
It's about split second away there from causing a real stir. See Calvert over softball field up 2-0. Looks like in the 6th inning, so
that's
got a good one over there.
That's a great game. 2 of the top 10 teams in Division 7 in softball doing battle over there. As I believe New Riegel's number 2 in the state in Division 7, and Calvert is number 7, I think. Last time I checked. Let me make sure on that. Leah Bullion just sent me the updated rankings the other day.
How cool is it?
Actually, it was this morning.
Both these teams, I mean, Calvert coming off that district run last year, one of the top teams in the state of Ohio, and New Riegel softball, you mentioned, one of the best in Ohio.
New Riegel's number 8, Calvert's number 6. Mohawk is number 2. That's who I was thinking. There's 3 area teams in the top 10 in Division 7 in softball.
That's insane.
And 2 of them are right over here.
Yeah.
1-2 the count here on Jones. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit back up the middle to the shortstop. Gloves, and he steps on second, and he's not in time. Safe is the call. I think Palm just knew he didn't have much of a play at first because it was a slow roller. It took quite a bit of time to get there. I think the grass kind of slowed it down. Palm didn't have a play at first because Jones is so speedy out the box. He He knew his only play was at second.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just bang, bang.
And he wasn't sure whether to flip it.
Yep.
Or just take it, and by the time he made the decision, it was too late. But it's tough as an infielder because you're always taught when you hesitate, go to first. But like you said, if you didn't have to play it first, where do you go from there?
Yeah. Bases loaded, 2 outs. First pitch misses outside. Blake Mose at the plate for the Blue Jackets. That one in there for a strike.
And he's still hitting 80s on the guns, Nate. So
Yeah.
freshman pitching deep into a game, that's pretty good.
I was hearing of him hitting low 80s last year as an 8th grader. It's
That's
like,
impressive.
That's crazy.
I was covering a Tiffin University game over the weekend, and they had Ashland, and Ashland has a kid that throws 98
Wow.
in D2 baseball.
Wow.
Right?
Calvert faced a kid from Edison earlier this year that throws 96 from left-handed.
Left-handed
pitcher throwing 96. I mean, straight gas.
Yeah, good luck.
And the kid's arms are about as big as my thighs. Like,
Oh
they're
my
just
gosh.
enormous.
Well, yeah, if you can throw 96.
This one gets in the dirt. Moyer scoops it. No play at the plate. And another run will score for the Blue Jackets. And they trim that deficit back down to 4.
Saw a little bit of frustration there from Coleman on the mound after that one, so we'll see how long he can keep his composure. All he needs is one more strike to get out of this.
That's right. That pitch just got away from him.
Yep.
Woo! This one hit foul into the net. Yeah. Runners at second and third. 2 outs. 2-2 the count. And Blake Mose takes a step out. I think the ump might have got a little bit of dirt in the eye, man. I mean, it is like unreal out there right now.
It is rough.
Simonis was going to the mound. They said, "Oh, come back."
And I mean, that's experience as a catcher. He knows. Just like Blue will walk out to the mound after a batter takes one off the foot, you know. Strike 3 called on the outside corner.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome back to New Riegel High School here at Blue Jackets Field. Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn on the call with you here as we start the 5th inning. Blue Jackets able to scratch across a run there at the bottom of the 4th, but they leave 2 stranded. And the Senecas lead by 4. It's 7-3, Tiffin Calvert on top. As we get ready to start the 5th inning, Carson Paul looks like he's taking over on the mound. As he was doing the catching. Yeah, he was doing the catching for the Blue Jackets, but now he's going to be taking over on the mound.
Just trying to find that right sweet spot for the pitcher today. Just haven't had one that's really just, having his game today for New Riegel.
That's hard, especially you got a Calvert team that they can work the count.
Got my jacket now.
Blue Jackets softball scoring some runs over there. I think it's got a good game going on over there too.
Much better with the jacket on now.
1-1 the count. on Cash Lee.
Ooh.
Lee hits this one foul down the third base side.
How about the ice in the veins of the coach down there for Calvert? Didn't even flinch when that ball come flying down. I would have been hitting the
Brian
deck.
probably wouldn't even flinched if it hit him.
I would have been like, ah!
Here's the 1-2.
Oh,
Swung on, hit straight up the middle. Second baseman ranges over to make the play. And that'll bring up Logan Ritzler. In the dirt. Want to know the count? Ritzler watches that one inside for a strike. Once again, we'll be live tomorrow night from Tiffin Columbian Tornado Field, Tornado Alley.
the weather likes us.
Yeah. This one chopped slowly to the pitcher. Throws it over to first, and he got him.
Wow.
What a throw by Carson Paul. Nice job by the pitcher to come off the mound there, charge it, and make the play. Because that was one of those kind of no man's land, real slow dribbler.
Oh, yeah. That's the ones that'll catch you off guard if you're not paying attention, if you're not ready for it.
Mm-hmm. And that one low and in the dirt all the way to the backstop. Off speed misses on the inside. It's 2-0 on Blake Coleman. 2 down. You're in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch from Paul. Catches the outside corner with the off speed, and it's 2-1. That one misses down low. It's 3-1 here on Coleman. Vincenzo Lyons in the on-deck circle. And that one misses, so Coleman draws a 2-out walk. I get a kick out of these base stealing gloves because they look like flip-flops hanging out of their back pocket, you know? Coleman takes off on the first pitch.
Didn't even use
he's
the
in
glove.
there first for a steal. He didn't even need it. It's funny because he got down to first base and handed it to the first base coach. Said, "Here, you take this. I don't even need this." Two 2-0 the count here on Lions. Lions is 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI and a run scored. That one inside, misses, but gets away from the catcher. And it's now 3-0 as Coleman skedaddles his way down to third base. Yeah, I do have one on here. The 3-0 misses up high and outside, and Lions draws a 2-out walk. Throw gets away from the pitcher. Coleman slides in, and steals home. As this wind is just playing tricks on everybody out here today.
Some great awareness there by Coleman to recognize that and take off.
I think the catcher kind of like threw that one up and lobbed it back to the pitcher, and I don't think it had enough mustard on it.
And that wind just grabbed it, man.
Yeah, that wind just grabbed it and kind of knocked it down and made it a hard play for the pitcher. But it's now 8-3, Tiffin Calvert. That throw gets away from the first baseman. Lyons on his way to second. And the first baseman able to gather it up. (8-3) Tiffin Calvert. Runner at second base with 2 outs. First pitch from Paul is in there for a strike to A.J. Shoemaker. Big shout out to our pitch camp sponsor, National Machinery, as that one's in the dirt. They just announced the scholarship recipients recently. Head on over to their Facebook page. Check out all the recipients of the National Machinery scholarships. You can find those online as well.
Some big-time life-changing scholarships right there.
Yeah, $50,000 scholarship for an engineering student. I mean, that is just, that's huge. And engineering school ain't cheap either, so that goes a long way.
Oh,
that one gets away from the catcher up high. And Lyons scampers his way over to third.
I think the Hump's having a few words over here.
I think they're arguing maybe it was a balk. I don't know. I don't know what the argue is here. I said, we'll have to go back and watch the instant replay on that one, Greg. You hear that over there?
Yeah. I thought I heard something. I didn't quite hear it, but yeah.
Carson Paul comes set. Here's the 2-2.
Ooh. That's a wildly off there.
Here's the 3-2 outside, and Shoemaker draws a walk. And the pass ball allows the runner from second to advance to third. So Senecas once again putting together a nice little 2-out rally here. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Connor Moyer.
Yeah, nice little hit earlier at bat.
Yeah. He's had a couple of them today. He's 2 for 3, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored.
We got them 2 outs here right now, Nate. You see the pitcher trying to pick somebody off over at first base. They're trying to just get out of here without having to pitch to Moyer. Oh, heading down the...
Throw down to second is off.
Yeah, the pass just didn't get there.
And now runners at second and third with 2 down.
Taking advantage of the wind here, knowing that, you know, these throws between teammates aren't going to be exactly where they would need to be, and you got that little extra second to scamper on between bases there, and they're taking advantage of it fully here.
Moyer's going to help out his average today as he was coming into this one batting .241. Going 2 for 3 helps a lot. Let's see what he does here. 2-0 the count.
Ooh,
watches that one up high. Gets away.
Got a man heading
Lyons heading to the plate. Slides in safely. And it's now 9-3. Calvert on top.
Again, like we just talked about, Nate. Just taking advantage of the moments that are there. If the wind or the throw's off and the ball goes flying, he's just taking off.
That's right.
And, man, these guys got the speed to do it, as you've seen right there. Because it ain't like that ball one step far away from home plate.
Yeah. Here's a 3-0, and that's upstairs as Connor Moyer draws a walk. He's 2 for 3 with a walk, 2 runs, and 2 RBIs on the day. He's had himself a day today. Not to mention putting the pressure on in a couple situations on the base paths here today.
Have a mound visit here, it looks like. I mean, and that's you kind of almost have to here in this situation. You've had 2 outs for a minute now. You need to get out of here.
Mound visit brought to you by Kuhn Sales and Service. Another one of our proud sponsors here at Heart of Ohio Sports.
Yeah, a windy day like this today, you probably got some small tree branches and stuff blowing down the yard, so you're going to need to bust out the old yard equipment and get it cleaned up.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's more than just a mower. Takes more than that just to get things picked up, you know?
Sometimes.
Yeah, especially with, 40-mile-an-hour winds blowing for no reason in the middle of the day.
Take a moment and thank our sponsors here. As we'd like to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, National Machinery, Hope and Fostoria, First National Bank of Sycamore, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, UIS Insurance and Investments, Lee's Floor Covering, Vicek Orthodontics, Kuhn Sales and Service, Simonis Detailing, the Ohio Army National Guard, and Feasel's Frame and Collision. Carson Paul comes set. Here's the first pitch to Cameron Moyer. Misses down low and outside. Connor Moyer down at first base. A.J. Shoemaker at third. And Cameron Moyer watches that one inside for a ball. It's 2-0.
Pitches just aren't landing for him, Nate.
And he was working pretty well at the start of this inning. I mean, those first 2 outs were pretty quick, but since he's got those first 2 outs, he's kind of been laboring.
There you go.
There's a good pitch. Right in there for a strike.
The wind quieted down just in time for that one, too. Now it's going to pick it back up.
I said, oh, you mentioned me? You spoke of my name? Down low, it's 3-1 on Cameron Moyer. Charlie Palm in the on-deck circle. Palm is 3 for 3 on the day with 2 RBIs.
Ooh.
4.
Dunked again.
4.
Look at the bat flip.
4 times at the plate. 4 times he's been hit by a pitch.
That was the bat flip of frustration right there. He was like, come on.
He's like, I wanted to get a hit. I don't want to keep getting hit. I want to get a hit.
Yeah. He's like, listen, I like getting on base, but let me hit the ball into it.
The bases are loaded with 2 outs.
Yeah, big time here.
Charlie Palm at the plate. He is 3 for 3 on the day. That one misses. Palm came into this one batting .207 on the season. So it's a good day for him. First 3-hit day of the year.
See if we can make
for
it
the young freshman.
There you go.
Chops that one to the first baseman, and he gloves it, steps on first for the final out. So the Senecas leave him loaded, but they do scratch across a couple more runs. It's 9-3, Tiffin Calvert, as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Nate Mullins, Greg Kinn on the call with you here today. This one's not nearly as quick as the last one we were calling.
No, we're already at, looks like we're at almost 1 hour and 40 minutes about right now. So we had a couple of decently quick innings, but then we had a couple of both teams drawn out here, you know?
Yeah.
Like right there, the top of the 5th right there went on for a while with those 2 outs.
Look at that big front coming in. Jeez. It's always crazy when you can see the line, like right where it's coming in. Tucker Coleman on the mound. It'll be his 5th inning of work.
Still feeling confident in his abilities here. It's pretty crazy to think that New Riegels have 4 pitching changes, or 4 pitchers out there today in the time that Tucker's been out there.
Coleman's sitting at 74 pitches coming into this inning here. It's faced 20 batters. And you mentioned the New Riegel Blue Jackets. 4 different pitchers here so far. As Shane Jones started this one out, just went 2/3 of an inning. Gave up 2 earned runs, 3 hits, 3 runs total, and hit a batter. Gave way to
You gotta love the game.
Schalk.
You gotta love the game of baseball. He hit a batter, like sounds like he assaulted somebody. It's just a normal phrase in the game of baseball.
So far, Braden Schalk has been the pitcher for the Blue Jackets who's given up the least amount of damage. He went 2 1/3, 2 hits, just 1 earned run allowed, and a strikeout. Sam Klaus, one inning pitched, 3 earned runs, 3 hits allowed. And Carson Paul in that last inning, no hits allowed, but 4 walks and 2 earned runs, 2 runs allowed there for Carson Paul. So that's always tough. Don't allow a hit, but you give up 2 runs on 4 walks. Frustrating. Chance for redemption, though, as Carson Paul at the plate here. Watches that first one down low for a ball.
And, you know, the weather is what it is, Nate, and you always have to account for it no matter when you're playing. But like, it's got to be frustrating when it's having such an impact on your throws throughout the day and stuff as a pitcher. Like, even during the warm-up there right before we switched, you know, from the top to the bottom here, I was watching the catcher there kind of just try to throw it down to second base, and he really could not get the throw down to second base with the wind blowing against him here.
Yeah. Look, how many times have we seen pass balls here today?
Yeah.
That's not something you usually see with these two teams. Both very excellent defensive catchers. So
it's just one of those things where it's like, darned if you do, darned if you don't kind of situation. You got to deal with the weather, but weather's not really playing in your favor sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
But I got to give it up to Calvert, capitalizing a lot off the opportunities that the weather has afforded him here today.
The 2-0 from Coleman is in there for a strike. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, hit back up the middle, past a diving second baseman.
Nice hit there.
And Carson Paul aboard with a leadoff single.
Yeah, that one zipped right past Coleman, and then right through the diving second baseman there, and right into the outfield. This was a great hit.
I seen a kid run out on the field with jeans and a plaid T-shirt on. I'm like, is this kid stealing a bat out here? Runner at first base, nobody out. Sam Klaus at the plate. That one just misses down low. It's 2-0.
That one was looking nice, but.
And we're gonna get a mound visit here as Coach Matt Coleman wants to talk things over with his freshman pitcher.
You kind of wonder how the arm's doing now after he got to be over 80 pitches by now.
Yeah, he was sitting at 74 coming into this inning. Right now, that was pitch number 80 on the day for Coleman. So you got to wonder if the velocity might be dipping a little bit. He's a young kid, though. He's got a lot of power in that arm.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they know, he can get through this.
And it seems like
kind
that's
of
what they're
talking
gonna
him
do.
through. I don't think they're going to pull him with a 2-0 count. But this is kind of like maybe just telling him, hey, if you don't settle down, this might be your last batter, you know. 2-0 the count. Coleman comes set. Runner at first. Here's the pitch. Catches the outside corner for a strike.
These Blue Jackets players have these jackets on over here, Nate, getting ready to go out to bat. They're warming up, but they look like they're black and orange, like a Seneca East jacket to me, instead of the New Riegel colors.
Yeah, what color is the blue jacket?
I think it's black with the yellow from New
Black
Riegel.
and yellow,
Yeah.
yep.
I was like, who is this standing out here? Nice.
Strike 3 called. So Coleman comes back after falling behind 2-0. Pumps in 3 straight strikes to strike out the batter.
It's good to see, too. We're not the only ones that got chilly out here and put our jackets on.
Mm-hmm. Strikeout number 8 for Tucker Coleman on the day.
Send that one to the softball field.
This one fouled over and nearly misses a fan. Runner down at first base with 1 out. No balls, 1 strike. Carter Klaus at the plate. Is that Carter Klaus or is it another Klaus? I think I got like 3 on the
It's hard to
team.
tell. He's got his jacket on now.
Yes, it is Carter Klaus.
Oh, guy's taking off.
Throw down to second, off the mark, but the second baseman there to back it up. Sliding in safely, Carson Paul with a steal.
So both these teams doing a good job of putting pressure on base paths there.
Being very aggressive on the base paths for sure. 1-2 the count here. Here's the pitch.
Oh,
Swung
nice.
on, hit into left center field
What
for a base hit.
What a place to drop.
This will score a run. And
Jogs
Carter
in.
Klaus drives in a run. His first hit of the game. Well placed ball right
I was
there.
going to say, he drove that in from second base. That's a nice hit. Landed right where you wanted it to.
Mm-hmm. Runner at first base. And Quinn Allison at the plate. Watches that one in there for a strike. Coleman right now, this is pitch number 89 coming up here. Grounded to the first baseman, steps on first, throw to second.
Oh, he missed it.
Off the mark. And the runner able to get back in time.
Nate, you talk about being able to see that in front. You can see it real good on the camera there. You see that?
Yeah.
Look how much difference there on the camera screen there.
Two down, runner at second base. There was pitch number 90 for Tucker Coleman. That went up and inside for a ball. He's thrown 59 strikes out of 90 pitches. Just 1 walk on the day, faced 24 batters. That one down low. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Nice pitch from Coleman there. Here's the 2-1. Check swing. Up high, it's 3-1. Yeah, I figured this will probably be his last inning here. As that one misses outside. Homan draws a walk. And that'll bring up Grady Faith. He took over at catcher after Carson Paul took over on the mound. This one hit into the air. Second baseman retreating and grabs it for the final out. Blue Jackets able to score a run, but they still trail by 5. Senecas lead 9-5 or 9-4 as we head to the 6th inning. Step aside, take a timeout. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future, one part at a time.
At Vicek Orthodontics, they're all about creating confident, healthy smiles for every age. Dr. Vicek and the team use the latest techniques to make your orthodontic journey comfortable and effective. Discover the difference of personalized care and a smile you'll be proud to show off. Schedule your consultation with Vicek Orthodontics today.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
And we're back here at Blue Jackets Field. We start the 6th inning with a new pitcher for the Blue Jackets, as we've started almost every inning with a new pitcher for the Blue Jackets so far. Let's see who's taking over. I believe that is Grady Faith. Yep, that'll be Grady Faith on the mound for the Blue Jackets. Here as we start the 6th inning. Blue Jackets just trying to get through this without, I think, spending too many arms, you know, as far as like giving a guy too much work. They want one guy to take, 4 or 5 innings in a game like this. You'd rather get some guys some work.
Yeah, trying to get everyone a little opportunity. Also trying to get out of this, hopefully 15, 20 pitches and you're back in the dugout.
Yep. Senecas, let's see, we have Cohen Stahl due up next for Tiffin Calvert. And then Cash Lee and Logan Ritzler, 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Senecas.
Yeah, especially with the bottom of the order coming up, you want to get through this quick. Got to have a clean inning here and try to get a couple runs on the bottom half to stay in this one.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing this is going to be the end of the work for Coleman on the other end. He had a pretty good 5 innings.
That should close the book on him. He's at about 97 pitches, I think, so I wouldn't imagine they'd throw him back out there, but I don't know.
I guess we'll see. Maybe he can convince
95.
his dad, like, let me pitch a little longer.
95 pitches. So, I mean, if he can get through.
Good.
Stahl hits this one to the second baseman. Throw over to first is in time for the first out. That'll bring up Cash Lee. Playing center field for the Senecas here today.
He's got to be, what, 6'3"?
At least, at least. Of course, everybody knows the name Mark Lee around these parts. It's Cash's dad.
Ooh.
This one skied up into the air. Gonna go foul. Oh, off of the fielder's glove, and it goes foul.
I thought that was going to be way farther to the left.
It kind of hung up there. I mean, the wind has kind of died down, so I don't think we can blame it on the wind.
No.
But yeah.
It's interesting.
It's not the wind. We need that on the sound pad.
I want the Heart of Ohio sports ball game.
We got that one on
We
here.
need the Heart of Ohio ball game on.
That gentleman probably has no idea.
No. Or you might be like, wait, that sounds familiar.
How did he get my voice on there? And Lee gets hit by the pitch. So he earns himself a board. With one out, that'll bring up Logan Ritzler. Ritzler is 1 for 2 on the day. Been hit by a pitch.
Lee is taking a pretty big lead over there.
He's off.
Yep, there he goes.
He
might get to third.
I knew from the moment he was sitting over there. I'm like, he's not even gonna wait.
No.
He's not even gonna wait one pitch.
I don't even think the pitcher looked him back. I think he just conceded, like, yeah, you're going to steal, and that's going to be okay.
1-0 the count here on Ritzler.
Ooh.
That one up high. Blake Coleman in the on-deck circle. Coleman bunts this one down the third base side, but unable to keep it fair. I'm sorry, Ritzler. I was looking at Coleman right before the pitch. So.
Not a bad idea. Try to catch third baseman sleeping.
Oh, yeah. And it forces them to make a decision. He has to come off third base, runner advancing from second to third.
Yeah, smart.
That one on the outside. It misses. It's 3-1. I think we might be in the clear now, guys. Look at that. It's nice.
Sun's coming out.
Sun's starting to peek out a little bit. And 3-1 is in there for a strike. Stands him up.
I think New Riegel just walked off over there in the 8th in softball.
Lady Blue Jackets walk it off against the Senecas. And Ritzler watches that one. Strike 3. He swung at it.
Back to the top now.
Top of the order with Blake Coleman. Good looking pitch there from Faith. He had faith it was going to get over. Throw back to second. Cash Lee back safely.
I love how second base isn't in the camera shot, but the second base person always is.
Oh, yeah. That one high and inside. It evens the count at 1-1. Two down, runner at second. Here's the pitch from Faith. Hit to the second baseman. Gloves, throws to first, and that's the third out in the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Senecas lead 9-4 over New Riegel. Nate Mullins on the call with you here. Jacob Ellis. Greg Kinn on the production. And Lathan Chapman on the main camera here for us today. This has been kind of one of those games where you just kind of lay back, huh?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we don't get a nice gust of wind to send that thing into your lap.
Yeah, don't take your hands too far away there. Oh, are you copying me? Are you just jealous because my legs are a little longer? I can rest them on the box.
Jeez. Let's take a moment and thank our sponsors before we start this bottom of the 6th, as looks like Charlie Palm will be taking over for Tiffin Calvert here on the mound. We'd like to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, National Machinery, Hope in Fostoria, First National Bank of Sycamore, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, UIS Insurance and Investments, Lee's Floor Covering, Vicek Orthodontics, Kuhn Sales and Service, Simonis Detailing, the Ohio Army National Guard, and Feasel's Frame and Collision. All proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. That closes the book on Tucker Coleman. 5 innings pitched, 6 hits allowed, 4 runs, 4 earned runs allowed, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, 95 pitches thrown, faced 26 batters. Pretty impressive numbers for a freshman against this very good, very talented New Riegel lineup.
Yeah, he did a pretty solid job. Worked out of trouble a few times. Really made, I mean, you look at that 4 and 5 innings, but, you know, I don't really think that tells the full story. He said they worked pretty hard to get those 4 runs. But a solid job by the freshman out there.
So Charlie Palm will be taking over on the mound. Let's take a look at his pitching stats here on the year. 9 2/3 innings pitched, all in relief. He's faced 52 batters on the season, some of those in scrimmage play. He has a 5.79 ERA on the season. And he was the pitcher of record in that Lakota comeback win last week. The Raiders were down 5-1 in the 6th inning and came back and won that one 7-6. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, fouled back onto the concession stand, or just about around the concession stand. Is that internet I see on top of that concession stand, Greggy? Can you see that up there? I wonder if that's internet.
If it's not, I want to know what it is.
And if it is, I want to know what the password is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think we are back here. I think we cover an Old Fort game here, I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong.
I'll get your leader.
Yeah, New Riegel Old Fort on the 9th of May. We'll be back here for that one.
Should be about 3 weeks to figure out if it's internet or not.
Yeah.
Should be more than enough time.
I'll put a call in. Talk to my people.
There you go.
I really think those clouds had a lot to do with that internet.
Yeah, because it's good now.
Oh, that's a gapper.
In between the left and center fielder. Gets down for a base hit. As Gabe Pugh knocks that one through. Nothing. No reaction.
I was thinking of words, and my brain just kind of decided I couldn't talk. You know what he said after he got that hit? Phew!
Yeah, he did.
Phew!
Shane Jones at the plate. Watches the first one outside for a ball.
Palm has a little different approach on the mound. You saw starter kind of just rearing back and firing. Palm is very poised, taking his time in between pitches, just trying to get into a rhythm. It's a little interesting. What year is Palm?
Freshman.
Oh, wow, okay.
Freshman.
A lot of young talent for the Senecas.
Oh, absolutely. This team's loaded, and they're very young. Right at the shortstop ranges over to make the play. Now, what a play there by Blake Coleman.
That sun is not doing us any favors.
No.
Well, it looks good here, but when he goes that way, it's so dark.
Yeah,
Look at the 3 Colemans on the infield now. You got Tucker at third, Blake at short, and Branyan at second base.
The Calvert Colemans?
The Calvert Colemans, yep. Coleman infield. Coleman Moyer infield.
Coyer?
That one hits the batter.
That was a really good play over there.
Yeah.
At short. There's that runner. You got to remember, if it's a line drive, like if you have even a 1% thought of that might be caught, got to hold up.
Wanted to get the double play there. That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Not 2 outs. Runner at first. Carson Paul at the plate. Palm fires that one in there for a strike. Here's the 0-1. Fouled back into the net. Quickly 0-2.
I know the net's there. Still jump every time.
Yeah. It took me a while not to.
It's one of those experience things, I guess.
Unlike basketball, when basketball actually comes in.
You're right. Strike 3 called.
On the paint.
Painted the outside corner with that one. That's the end of the 6th inning. Calvert on top of New Riegel, 9-4. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Why go to Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin? Because at Lee's Floor Covering, they know that selecting the right flooring for your home can be overwhelming. They make choosing the right items for your home simple. At Lee's Floor Covering, they have one of the largest selections of floor covering in Northwest Ohio, including Abbey Carpet and Floor. Stop in and see for yourself what everyone raves about at Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin. You're locked in to the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
Welcome back to New Riegel High School, Blue Jackets Field. Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn with you on the call here for the 7th inning. Tiffin Calvert leading New Riegel 9-4 as Vincenzo Lyons at the plate facing Grady Faith on the mound.
First strike there for him.
Faith was the first New Riegel pitcher not to give up a run as he worked a scoreless 6th inning.
He did a good job getting out of there. I didn't think about that. Yeah. Not one run given up.
He had the bases loaded and got out of the jam. Three and 1 the count here on Lyons. Up high, and he draws the walk.
Get out of there.
Leadoff walk by Vinny Lyons. And that'll put A.J. Shoemaker at the plate. Shoemaker 1 for 3 on the day with a walk. Run scored and an RBI.
Look at Lyons just taking off. Oh, the catcher, man. He grabbed that ball, Nate. He had it for a moment. I think he could have got it down there and dropped the ball.
Yep, just right it went on the transfer.
Yeah, like, oh, just.
You hate it when you drop it on the transfer.
Oh. Yeah, he was heads up on that when he saw him take off, but too little too late there on that. Oh.
Swing and a miss. Had him out in front of that one. Vincenzo Lyons down at second base.
It's crazy to think that the softball game went into extra innings and had a big old walk-off ending, and we're still here in this
That's
one.
right. They work a lot faster on softball. But these guys, I mean, this has been a game where a lot of patience at the plate.
Oh, yeah.
Very patient approach by both teams.
It hasn't been very many 1, 2, 3 set them downs or anything like that.
Unlike the other day at Attica, after the fourth inning, it was like cruise control for both teams. Like, set them up, knock them down. Here's the 2-1.
Oh,
In
nice.
there for a strike to Shoemaker, and it's 2-2. Shoemaker hits this one up in the air.
Uh-oh, getting under it.
First baseman ranges over to make the play in foul territory for the first out. That'll bring up Connor Moyer. Moyer is 2 for 3 on the day with a walk. 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs. This one fouled back over the concession stand. That little guy jumped up to go snag that and ran faster. I mean, he's like, that's my ball.
Yeah, right. We've learned that lesson a long time ago. They don't let you keep baseballs.
Mm-hmm. No souvenirs.
These things aren't cheap.
The 0-1 in the dirt gets away.
I'll take out the third over there. Oh, he thought about going over. Look at that.
Putting the pressure on.
And then that ump said, I'm going to get out the way. Do your thing.
The 1-1.
Oh.
In the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Throws it back to the pitcher covering. And that's off the mark. Another run will score for Tiffin Calvert. Vinny Lyons plates the 10th run of the game for the Senecas. Just got away from the catcher, Clayton Gable. And it's 1-1 the count here on Moyer. 1 down.
Be honest with you, Nate, I thought that one hit him for a minute, that last pitch. It came in close to his knee. I thought it hit him in the knee. He kind of just jumped out the way, let Benny run in. Another run scored. I like that was a heads-up move, too, by Vincenzo when he got to the home plate there, Nate. Did you notice he kind of...
Yeah.
He slid and he did a little duck underneath, so in case that ball came at his head, he was like, nope.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got to figure this coaching staff's definitely telling these guys how to slide over there.
Yeah.
1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Up high and inside. That's 3-2. 3-2 the count. Full count. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Moyer lines that one into left field, a base hit, and he is 3 for 4 on the day.
Yeah, but that's nothing. His brother's on 4 for 4, right?
He's got 4 hits, but they all 4 hit him.
88 on that.
88 on that speed?
Exit velo, 88. Nice. Ooh. Yeah, that was smoked off the bat. Jacob Kidwell will take over as the runner.
You know, what's funny is not only has he been hit by 4 pitches today, but Nate, it's been 4 pitches by 4 different pitchers, if I believe.
Let's go for 5. Right?
That's what I'm thinking.
Let's go for 5,
I
right?
wonder if he thinks to himself when he gets up here, maybe this one won't hit me.
Oh, no.
There's no way. His face.
The 5th time he's been at the plate, and the 5th time he got hit by a pitch.
His face is just like, this is unreal. He said, you got to be kidding me. They're doing this on purpose now.
I think the pitcher just committed to the bit.
Oh, that face, man. Unbelievable. He was in disbelief. He's like, are you kidding me? First pitch, too. Oh, my Lord.
Strike in there to Charlie Palm. That got to pop out of the whole crowd.
Oh, my
I mean,
goodness.
everybody over here.
I still can't even believe it.
Swing
Off
and a
to the
miss.
races.
Throwing down to third.
Nice.
Kidwell in there safely with a steal.
Man, these guys are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Stealing bases.
That's the record all time, like in all of high school sports, for being hit.
That is the record. So he has tied the record for most hit by pitch.
Oh, my goodness. Nice hit there. not hitting
Base
the batter.
hit through the
bat
infield
actually-
by Charlie Palm. And he knocks in a run
That's not just in Ohio, that's in all of America.
in all of high school baseball.
That's unreal.
Wow.
It's like, I just, yeah.
Well, that's an ESPN submission
I'm
right
having
there.
a- I'm
We're
having
going to
a
have to go
hard-
through and clip all of those.
I'm having a hard
Submit
time
that one to ESPN.
believing that just happened in front of us here today, guys.
Swung on, skied in the air.
Oh, I should be able to grab this one. Whoa.
Third baseman
Yeah, where'd
ranges
he
over
come
to make
from?
that play.
The pitcher just backed up. It's like, oh, wait a minute. Third baseman putting the wheels on to get that.
Yeah. Cash Lee at the plate. 11-4, Tiffin Calvert on top. 2 down here in the top of the 7th. Runners at first and second.
You got to keep this going to see if he can get hit by another pitch.
Lee hits this one foul down the left side.
Running out of innings here. I can't. I'm just still thinking about how ridiculous it is that it happens.
Calvert the bat around so he can break the record.
That one gets away from the pitcher, from the catcher. No, got away from the pitcher and the catcher.
Oh, the runners move.
Both runners will advance. Second and third now for
he's-
Cash Lee.
Here's where you get a little you got to kind of nitpick here now. If he's running into home and the pitcher throws to try to get him out and hits him with the ball, is it hit by another pitch?
Stop.
I'm just trying to think of any situation. Oh. Now I wonder what the record is for the most players hit by a pitch in a game. Jacob's on it.
Jacob's
now.
like, let me look that up. Because that's the second time Cash has been hit by a pitch. We've had 8 so far in this one. 8 hit by pitches. I doubt that's the record. Seeing as there's 5 in one person, yeah.
So you got bases loaded and 2 down here.
Now, is this one of those torpedo bats? Is that what I'm seeing here? I'm waiting to see somebody use one of those in high school. It looks like one.
So I'm not that familiar with him. Look at, here comes Moyer to the plate, like I said.
Cam Moyer. Oh, he almost got hit by the
He almost did. It wasn't by the pitcher though, so it wouldn't count.
Hit by a baseball though.
Oh.
Throw to the plate.
Oh,
Off the mark.
nice. Look at these guys.
Palm will score.
Look, I think they're just taking advantage of. New Riegel must be like, it's distracted and laughing. It's weird because I'm not even seeing this stuff happen. We're sitting here laughing about these guys just stealing bases.
We're just seeing some defensive lapses so far here. from the Blue Jackets. We're just not used to seeing that.
2 more across there.
13-4, and one more scores.
They would just end it, right?
I think so. I don't know. I think they get a chance to score in the bottom.
Yeah, that's weird now. Yeah, when you get to the last one. Regardless, that's a hill that.
But they've already had the 5th and 6th to score, so you would think.
You don't know.
I don't know. I got to brush up on my baseball rules for high school.
Yeah, they change them all the time. So. Last I checked, you weren't an official yet, so I don't think you got them all down yet, Nate.
That is a torpedo bat. Of course, Branyan would have one.
Here.
It looks like one anyway. It's probably not. They're probably like, dude, you don't even know what you're talking about. You can't even see it. You can't even see from there. Strike 3 called on the inside corner.
Wow.
And that's the end of the top of the 7th. Senecas leave one stranded, but they score 4 more. It's 13-4, Tiffin Calvert on top.
What a mountain to try to climb here.
You ain't kidding.
It's one of those things where it's like, hey, the game ain't over till it's over, but oh my goodness.
We're probably going to get a mound change here, pitching change here. We'll see who's going to come out and take over on the mound, because Charlie Palm looks to be taking over at third base. Tucker Coleman seems to be heading towards the outfield. So we'll see the defensive alignment here. We'll keep our eye on it here.
Try and take a look here and see who's going where.
Looks like Moyer will be at catcher. Looks like Cashley.
15?
Cashley. Take a moment and thank our sponsors before we start this bottom of the 7th here. We want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, National Machinery, Hope in Fostoria, First National Bank of Sycamore, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, UIS Insurance and Investments, Lee's Floor Covering, Vicek Orthodontics, Kuhn Sales and Service, Simonis Detailing, the Ohio Army National Guard, and Feasel's Frame and Collision. We also want to thank our pregame show sponsor, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. Postgame show, stick around, brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Our pitch camp today brought to you by National Machinery. Sky Cam tonight brought to you by Hope in Fostoria, as we had a little problem with that, so we'll get that taken care of. But our player of the game tonight, stick around, brought to you by Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. We'll announce the player of the game in the postgame show, but we'll do our interview after we wrap things up.
Speaking of announce, how about that announcer cam there?
How about that announcer cam? Hey.
Some good-looking studs right there.
Hey, good-looking guys right there. Announcer cam brought to you by Vicek Orthodontics. Keys to the game today were brought to you by Lee's Floor Covering. Your starting lineups tonight brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. Our first pitch was presented by First National Bank of Sycamore. And all calls to the bullpen tonight, mound visits, were brought to you by Kuhn Sales and Service. Yeah, for now. First pitch will be available after the end of this week, so if anybody wants to get on board.
I was waiting to see if you're going to like hit me for saying that. For now. Nah, I just like to tease. Going into 2 hours and 22 minutes on this game here, Nate.
2 hours and 22 minutes for a 9-run ball game.
Yeah, that's what's if you told anybody this game went this long, they'd be like, what? Oh, did Calvert score all of them in the 7th? Nope. Oh, it started off with 2 strikes here.
It's 1-2 the count here. Swing on and missed. Gable goes down swinging.
I like the classic after 3 strikes, they just toss the ball around the field.
Oh, yeah. Around the horn. It's still crazy they canceling that show on ESPN. Makes me feel so old.
I just about to. What show? That shows you my attention span right there.
First pitch in there for a strike.
Actually looking to make quick work and get on out of here.
Carter Klaus at the plate. Here's the 1-1.
Nice.
At the knees for a strike. It's 1-2. Swung on and missed. Cash Lee with the strikeout. And
Cash
2
Lee.
down.
Money with that pitch right there, Nate.
Parker Ranieri down at third base. Blake Coleman at short. Branyan Coleman at second. Those are the substitutions we've had so far.
Catch your head a little worried with this pitcher there.
Yep.
Right, saying, come on, man. Set him down. Let's get out of here.
Is this does this call for a
I don't know about that. Nice.
hits the outside corner with that one for a strike. Quinn Allison at the plate. Swung on and missed. That was a nice little sweeper there from Cash Lee. I mean, when that starts on the left side of the plate and ends up on the right side batter's box,
I had a heck of a curve, too.
that has some nasty movement on it. Here's the 0-2.
Oh, that was close.
Just misses up high.
That looked pretty good.
And it's 1-2.
Still coming in there with lots of heat. Fresh arm there.
Lee comes set. And here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed.
Got him swinging on it.
Strike three.
Wow.
Ball game. Cash Lee comes in, sets him down 1-2-3.
Camera's breaking up a little bit because all the players just walked in front of them. You gotta love the wireless accessories.
All right, folks, that's going to do it. That's the end of the ball game. 3 strikeouts for Cash Lee. He struck out the side to end that one out. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll come back with our postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. And we'll have our player of the game brought to you by Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy, your legacy.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports. For over over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future, one part at a time.
At Vicek Orthodontics, they're all about creating confident, healthy smiles for every age. Dr. Vicek and the team use the latest techniques to make your orthodontic journey comfortable and effective. Discover the difference of personalized care and a smile you'll be proud to show off. Schedule your consultation with Vicek Orthodontics today.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports. Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Why go to Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin? Because at Lee's Floor Covering, they know that selecting the right flooring for your home can be overwhelming. They make choosing the right items for your home simple. At Lee's Floor Covering, they have one of the largest selections of floor covering in Northwest Ohio, including Abbey carpet and floor. Stop in and see for yourself what everyone raves about at Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin. You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome back to Blue Jackets Field here in New Riegel, Ohio. Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn on the call with you here on the postgame show, brought to you by your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Final score, Tiffin Calvert 13, New Riegel 4. The Blue Jackets just never really got out of the gate in this one, as it was tough sledding to start out, as their ace, Shane Jones, had a rough start here. Just made it 2/3 of an inning through the game, and he was pulled. And from that point on, it was a bullpen game, and Blue Jackets did their best to try to keep it close, but these Senecas, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, there was times that they battled back. It was a 4-2 ball game at one point. Blue Jackets, they never went away in this one, but like the Senecas, like you said, Nate, there were just a few innings there where they found a lot of success in those innings and just kind of stacked them up on top of each other.
And it's just so hard to stop a team when they start getting this kind of momentum rolling, you know. I mean, this Senecas team, they got a lot of talent top to bottom. They're very young. I mean, there's a couple of seniors on that team, but for the most part, it's a very young squad. And there's going to be some growing pains in the early going.
It's like growing pains and throwing pains through the Moyer brothers.
Yes. Growing pains.
So we're going to check on the health of the team after that one, see how he's doing.
So we did get an official look at that. He hit 5 hit-by pitches, ties the record for high school baseball. All of high school baseball. That's all of high school baseball. Not just in the state of Ohio, because I think the record in the state of Ohio was 3 going into this game. So 5 in one game.
I mean, it's unheard of realistically, because if you think about it, Nate, he got hit by a pitch every single time he got up to go to bat.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he had 7 at-bats and got hit 4 times or something like that. Every single time he had a chance to go up to hit today, they just plunked him.
Yeah. Well, today definitely was the Super Moyer Brothers show, because Connor Moyer went 3 for 4, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and a walk. And Cam Moyer, 5 hit-by pitches and a run scored.
I mean, yeah, aside from being hit by the pitches, he definitely did play a big role, too, putting the pressure on the base pass. And, he had a couple good force steals and stuff there, just to move the bases around. And, once they put him on the base with the hits, they kind of regretted doing that.
Yeah. But Senecas come away with a win. And, these Blue Jackets, it's been a tough going to start this season out for them. They've now fallen to 1-5 on the season. Senecas moved to 6-2 overall. Tiffin Calvert plays St. Mary's tomorrow, and then on Wednesday they play Danbury, and on Saturday they'll play Genoa.
I was going to say, when does it get a break?
Yeah, they get
they played Saturday.
They get Thursday and Friday off.
Jeez.
But that's weather permitting. I mean, if they get a weather delay in Tuesday or Wednesday, they might have to push that Thursday or Friday. So, but either way, they get the big win here on the road. And this is not one that you can count as a win anytime. You can't just look at this game on the calendar and say.
We talked about this to ourselves on the drive over here with Jacob about whenever these two teams face each other, you never really know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
They both bring it when they face each other.
I remember last year when these two teams faced off against each other, Blake Coleman took home the Player of the Game award, and it was a 2-1 game in that game.
Yeah.
And you talk about the pitching duel between those two. That's kind of what I was looking forward to here today. But, Shane Jones just unable to get comfortable on the mound. I think that's really what it came down to. Never really got into any kind of a groove, and he just wasn't able to really locate his fastball. And just frustrating day for the Blue Jackets, but they'll learn from this, they'll move on, and they'll get better. That's all you can do.
Absolutely. 1-5, rough start to the season, but it definitely won't be an ending season looking like that.
Absolutely. So now it brings us to our player of the game, brought to you by Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. And for this one, it was really hard for me to choose between the Moyer brothers because, Cam, 5 hit by pitches. If that ties a national high school baseball record.
It's just something that you almost can't ignore. It's
really
so
hard.
Unreal.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give it to his brother. Connor had a great game today, 3 for 4. 3 for 4 on the day, and just big-time performance today by Connor Moyer. He takes home the player of the game, brought to you by Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. 3 for 4 on the day, once again, with 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and a walk. And I tell you what,
numbers, man.
He just also stolen base on the day. They didn't credit him for it, but he put the pressure on to force the throw, and then the throw was off the mark. So obviously the error won't give him the stolen base, but
yeah, we saw
pressure. That's what it takes. Pressure creates diamonds, or what does Tommy say? It creates turnovers.
Yeah.
But either way,
and it's
great game for Connor Moyer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great game by the Senecas.
You see the Super Mario brothers always coming up here, and they're always trying to have themselves a big game. And today it was just nice to see, because you always see them bat, one right after the other. So it's kind of almost a brotherly competition there to see who can do good. And you're always kind of watching back to see who's gonna outdo the other one. And it was just great to see them both have success here today, even though one never really got his chance to shine, but still he did his part.
That's right. All right, well, that's the end of the game, folks, and that's going to be the end of it for us tonight. Want to thank Lathan Chapman and Jacob Ellis for doing a great job on cameras today, and Jacob just kind of shadowing, making sure he knows what he's doing. Also, thanks to Greg the Wizard Kinn for making us look good. Thanks to all of you for tuning in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. That's going to do it for us tonight. Tune in tomorrow. We got more high school baseball as Tiffin Columbian takes on Norwalk right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Have a great night, everybody.